the channel! Welcome to the channel. This is the backup phone that you're on. The new phone is loading video. That's a co-op. Yeah, so as I was talking, hey, welcome to the channel. Oh, welcome. Everything's gone out of shit, but it has, or has it? Or is it? Is it because I've just realised everything's wrong with everything in terms of the government. I've no trust in the system. Is it because I've got older, become more experienced in life, to realise that everything's a lie and everything's a lot of shit? Is that what it is? I've become more cynical. I've been extremely cynical about everything. I don't believe there's any good intentions in any of the political leaders. You know? If you see that, that's for if you want to join the Masons, you get that, give them a ring. Them lot are in there. You ring them. Aye. That's what that means. Central Scotland, you know. Central Scotland's like that. You're either in the Masons or you're not in the Masons. I'm not in the Masons. Because I don't know. Well, I think it's because we got taken away from Central Scotland. Our parents deprived us of the joys of Central Scotland. What also happened? I've been thinking a lot about my childhood, and when you're a child, I suppose you don't really have much, like, you can't really compare how your upbringing is to well, I suppose you do have friends and you do have other people that you hang around. But I was thinking about some of the things that happened to me when I was a child. So basically, I'm the black sheep of the Macbeth family, not the wider family, because the problem with the wider family is my dad had never told us about them, so I didn't even know who they were. And I met one in the Home Bargains, one of my cousins' Home Bargains car park the other day. But the Macbeth family, I got sort of outcasted from it. That's a fact, right? So, how many of them do I speak to on a regular basis? Let me think. None. I don't speak to any of them. You know, and that is what's happened. The reasons for that, you know, you can come away with all sorts of reasons, but so the family that I come from, when we were being brought up, we were living quite a comfortable life, mainly due to my father's hard work in the North Sea, working in the North Sea. And so it was pretty good, but it had its issues. Everybody's got issues. Every family's got issues, you know. And I think what I was thinking about was my parents went to Australia quite a lot. I just remembered that today. I remember they went to Australia, I think I was about 15 or 16, and I'd started drinking. And I stole my dad's money out of this bottle he had. It was one of these big bottles. You know, like the big booze. I can't remember if it's whiskey or vodka or something. It was full of change. and I stole the money out of there to go drinking. I don't know how much it was, but they were away for 3 months, and basically it's like that situation where you go. Now I'm starting to think. I think I was 16 actually when I started drinking in the pub. So I would go in there and take just 3. I don't know. Back then, this was 1980. 1982, 1981. Well, I was born in 66. So it must have been 81, 82. I would take, let's just say, I think a pint of beer. Was it 62 pence? I think it might have been 62 pence. So I stole that, and then it seemed like you wouldn't notice, would you, if I stole a pound or two or whatever, £2 or £3, get pissed, you know. And I'm talking about getting pissed on, you know, maybe £5 or something, you know, or £7. Probably 3. I mean, there was probably, because I was so young, a lot of them would be buying me drink. I think a lot of them did buy me drink, and I wasn't really totally au fait with the drinking culture. You know how it worked. You know, you stand your hand, buy a round, and other people do the same. And I was like, it's quite a fairly safe system. You know, and if you're known not to stand your hand, then sometimes, you know, you come out, you get, somebody would go away home or something or whatever, or somebody from within a different drinking, well, somebody else would buy you a drink or whatever, you know, for whatever reason. But, and then I think, well, they were away for like, and then I was thinking about it today. Why the fuck did you leave me? Like, who was looking after me when you fucked off to Australia for 3 months? Well, I don't even remember if it was 3 months or 3 weeks. I don't know. It was a while. You know, having a hoo-ha fucking holiday out there. And then, of course, I fucking lived up to expectations. You know, got found out that I'd nicked that money or whatever. And everybody was pissed off. And it's sort of looking back now. I'm not trying to justify my bad behaviour, right? I'm not trying to do that. But what I'm trying to point out is that was a little bit foolish, really. Or trusting, you know, to leave this crazy 15-year-old, 16-year-old son. I mean, my brother was 3, well, he's nearly 4 years old. No, wait a minute, December. He must be 3.5 years older than me. And at that time he would have been 18. Probably 18 or 19. I mean, he was daft as well, you know, and he was probably away out. Well, he used to take drugs and that. I didn't really bother with drugs, but he did. And his booze and everything and all sorts of things. But it wasn't really fair to expect him to look after me either, was it? I can't remember if my psycho sister was staying with us then. I think she was. Yeah, I think my psycho sister was down, and she was not right in the. She's not right in the head. You know, she's never been right in the head. That daft woman. She is a fucking nutter, right? I quite like the Renaults, that look and style. It's got quite high. They're quite high, and I actually like that because it looks like the height of that Renault. You could go like in a field or something. You could maybe put better tyres on it. Anyway, she was fucking. How can I explain her? What she's like? I always kind of thought she was next door to a retard. She wasn't retarded, but she was like almost fucking there, if you know what I mean. You know, you meet somebody that's dim and has no conceptual thought or no ability to analyse or do multivariate analysis or even think about any fucking thing, right? You know, at all. She is like that. Just a dumb fuck. right? And she's related to me, unfortunately. And she didn't do me any favours. She'd been a pain in the arse with me. But we also must remember what I'm forgetting here, and I must remember this, and I'll try and change my tone, is that you should always love them. You know, the people who don't have your best intentions. They're doing the best that they can, right? So it's tragic as well. So it's tragic for my sister that she's so broken, and she was broken like that, and my brother as well. The three of us. It turns out there's fucking four, but that's another story. So we're all broken, you know, and they could be in denial of that if they like, that they believe they're not broken, but I think we're all broken. They don't want to own up to it or face facts. They'd rather just forget about it. I think my brother's capable of facing facts. The other one's just a total dumpling and doesn't have the intellect to face the facts. She has the intellect to go shopping, the intellect to spend money, and the intellect to plan holidays. She has the intellect to be a fucking pain in the arse, and she has manipulative powers. I think most people just kind of like ignore her and let her get on with it. Because the vitriol was so strongly aimed at me, I couldn't really cope with it. You know, I got this deep hatred and resentment and everything against me, which I still don't really know. Well, I think you could say, well, it's because I was the youngest. Is that really why? I think the real reason, so you know when people say reasons why something is so, the reason why she's so manipulative, horrible to me, was because she's just a horrible person. That's it, you know. I mean, there's a tendency for people to kind of justify bad behaviour from people. Let's just, like, the sort of comment would be, oh, you must have done something wrong. You know, it's like, not really. So that's like blame shifting. You know, no, somebody is a complete fucking arsehole. That's why they behave like that. You know. So it's like apologising for narcissists, you know. And you must have done something wrong. But, you know, I'm here, you know, I'm survived and whatever. And at the end of the day, everybody pays. Everybody pays. I strongly believe it. The older I've got more in line with, say, like the Bible or something, or some religious stuff, but that says things in it which make total sense now that I've got older and more mature. Everybody pays, you know, and we do, and it could be any time. You know, I've maybe partly paid. I don't know if there's like a complete payment process where you pay for everything you've done, all the bad things you've done, or did I already pay when I was on the operating table in London? You know, getting operated on. Was that me paying? Or pay? Do we pay for other people's transgressions, misdemeanours, or, you know, for my mother's neglectful behaviour? You know, who pays? Me? Did I pay for it? Did she pay for it? Did I pay for it when I was on the operating table? You know, when you're, say, like, you're putting your head through a windscreen of a car, is that you paying for paying? I don't even know what I mean by paying. Well, I mean, I've done evil things, yeah. That's, you know, obviously I do. I mean, selfish things, lies, cheating and deceitful behaviour. I think in order to, I think you have to, to some extent or degree. I mean, even the videos that I do are slightly, are they morally correct? Well, probably not. Even sitting here, these people are being videoed. They're not asking. I'm fucking doing it. And that's slightly morally reprehensible. basically I'm looking at human activity. I need to get the art stuff out and get some. There's a freaking bird coming up to me, a crow. Yeah, get the art stuff out and get some artwork done. I'm getting there. I'm kind of at the point I could do some next week. I quite like the idea of sitting here and actually doing the vlog or blog or whatever you call it, updates. So I'll need to think of some of the topics that I really need to talk about. I'm going to maybe do a live. So I'm going to have to experiment with doing lives. I've never done a live before. I'm going to have to do it. Another thing I really do want to do is my pal, Mark's his name, he gets in his car and just goes for a drive on his own, and it relieves stress. And he goes way up north, way up to Fort William, Inverness, Arbroath, Oban, and he'll be on Facebook and he's having a fish supper in Oban. I think, what the fuck are you doing in Oban? And then he'll be at Elgin. And I used to do things like that. When I started driving, I would go on my own and drive various places, and I really like that idea, and I haven't done that. There's always been some kind of reason lately why I've gone in somewhere. It's because I'm going to do a car boot sale, or I'm going to buy something, or deliver something, or look at something. That I've always had reasons for it, and he doesn't. He just goes and does it, and I actually really like the idea. I also like the guy, the Alba Galavanter, who's on YouTube. I like what he does. Is he gets on a bus and goes places. I mean, he goes all over Scotland on the bus. He's been in England as well, but he goes on the bus, not really. It's the same as Mark going away in his car. Alba Galavanter goes on the bus to do the route. As far as I understand it, I'm not a bus spotter, so I think it's something to do with the numbers and everything. I don't want to accuse MD of having anything, right? But to me, it seems a bit. Well, I have a diagnosis of Asperger's, right? And whether that's right or not, whether I should have been diagnosed with that, I'm not really totally sure. I think there is an element that it was a wrong diagnosis. Well, see, the way I start feeling about all that is there's too much of that. This is terrible, me saying this. There's too much of that type of thing happening now. It's a fact. There's the amount of women or mothers that I've met going, oh, my son's got Asperger's and ADHD. It's like, how the fuck has your son got Asperger's? So really, I think they should stop all that shit, right? And that's me being selfish because I've already got a diagnosis, and I think we would all get on a lot better if we didn't have diagnoses of various things, oh, sorry, my other video was playing. It's gone a bit too far. I kind of think the bus spotting thing, and all the numbers and everything, because some of them that have got Asperger's, this doesn't seem to apply to me, but they have this thing about patterns and numbers, and they're always looking for these numbers to work. And I don't do that, but what I do is the art. When I do that, then my brain is like perfect. It works perfectly when it comes to that. So we'll do a bit of art next week. So I've been loading video here. I'm going to go home now. So I hope you enjoyed that. It was a lot of me basically talking a lot of crap was what this video is all about. I'm going to go home. I'll have to do Chunel update when I got home. And that's the fact. I'll have to do that. Yeah. Yeah, it's quite a nice place to sit and do the office, here. Right, so I'm gonna fire up the beastie. Oh shit. I have to get these fucking ABS problems sorted out. It's quite a busy wee co-op this though. I mean, sit here and there's fucking cars coming out right, left and centre. What's them? You know? It's definitely busy. So, because I took the car into Edinburgh today, and normally I take the van, and normally I change the contents of the van into the car. I don't have to do that now because the stuff's still in the car, so but I have to get some of the rubbish out of it. It's good. My job is easier now. Just got to go home and take some rubbish out, get all my shit in the house, and I've already had my dinner. I don't need to have any tea, so I'll just have a cup of tea, my cake, and so basically I've been thinking about that. Sorry, I was talking about my parents there. I think my mother was quite a selfish individual, yeah, and I find it hard to. My brother and sister and my other one that we found that, well, nobody wants to recognise, had their own way of dealing with stuff. And what my brother was doing was saying that he knows worse. Right, that's one of his favourite ones. Like his wife's family, her upbringing. You know, and it might well be. Well, I believe him, right? You know, but it's like, it's kind of like, so what type thing. Yeah, so I think my dad was alright. My dad was nice. I like him. He's dead, of course, and so's my mother. So basically what I don't like is people who think that they can object to somebody else's reality, you know. So I'm not allowed to say these things, and so this is my platform, this is my channel, right? And I say how I feel and how things affected me, and I've got that. This is what this is for. It's about me. It's very self-centered. My channel is very self-centered, yeah. And there is some level of success with it. That has to be said. Although, you know, I got told the other day that I'm a bell end, and I really am embarrassing myself. I've been told that most of my life. You know what? I've got to age now. I can give a fuck, right? I might well be embarrassing myself. Yeah, I am embarrassing myself. That's why I should have went into the arts. You know, when I left school, I should have been put into the art school. I should have went into all that. But our family's like, a lot of it's kind of restricted. Like, I was going to say Protestant. Yeah, definitely Protestant. Like, oh, you must you know, in a way it was very straight. Oh, you have to do this, you have to do that. You know, oh, you can't, you know. So it would have been a bit weird to go into the creative industries, probably. You know, when they were all so straight. There was no artists or anything like that. You know, they were all tradesmen. You know, or women got pregnant and had children. Well, no, they didn't. They stopped doing that, didn't they? They would have done it one time, but anyway, I better go. I'm talking a lot of shit. Right. So I'm thinking of so it's just I think it wouldn't be good if everybody could talk about their background, their upbringing, and say things and be honest about it, how it's affected them, how life is for them, how it's been, how they feel about it all. But obviously you're going to upset others because it involves other people, doesn't it? Unless you're brought up by wolves, you know, or hens or something, or in a fucking, you're brought up in a barn, you know, with owls. You know, I mean, that's how I keep staring at people, because I was brought up with owls. Well, maybe they don't stare at people, it just looks like they're staring at people because their eyes are big and go round. What do you mean your eyes go round? Of course they're round. They're piercing and pointing. The trainers. What the fuck's going on with them trainers? Orange trainers. You know, this is middle class fucking utopia, this, isn't it? Look at them all. Fucking going into the co-op. Or maybe it's not even middle class, it's fucking... Well, it's not working, there's no such thing as working class. It's been working people have been destroyed. This isn't working class. They're on benefits, aren't they? That's the working class. I don't blame anybody. Why the fuck should people go and work to get hammered with tax with every fucking single thing they can ever think of? I mean, I've lost that as well. I've lost the community or the ethics and morals that I should have, that I was brought up with by my dad, right? That you should do the right thing and do everything right and be a good citizen. Why should you when the politicians are all bent and all dishonest and crooked? Liars. Lying bastards, the politicians. It's appalling, isn't it? Why would you be honest and do the right thing when you're just going to get shafted? They're even going to tax tyres now. They're going to tax particulates of tyres. And you can start laughing at me if you like, but we'll refer back. Well, I mean, I've watched other videos about it. I've known about this for a couple of years. The electric cars are so heavy that they wear out tyres because of the weight of the thickenings. I think it's about time I got to go and stop talking shit. Anyway, so thanks for watching. Please like, share, subscribe. Bye! I'll get you on the next video. When the passenger is doing this, passenger.